The Myth of the Post-Project Review, Amelia, Guinness. I have friends, relatives and lecturers who are very long in the tooth when it comes to managing projects, and they have much to say about how projects could be carried out better. And I wondered, why isn't all this learning fully communicated in the post-project review? They all variously agreed that their own learning was not readily passed on, and simply no one was listening. Not invented here syndrome was the often offered reason. So I set out to find out with my master's dissertation. Learning theory offers some clues, and this area of study is highly developed and relatively static. Project writers and writers dealing with organisational learning in general all agree that cross-project organisational learning is highly valuable. Only writers on organisational learning acknowledged that this is difficult to achieve. Taken from the web, this presentation of Kolb or Even's learning cycle offers some clues as to why post-project learning transfer may be difficult. In a review, only the abstract conceptualization is allowed for. Most notably, the concrete experience that Revens thought so important and embedded the personal learning doesn't happen unless the PM tries it. As an untried area might appear risky, it's not hard to theorise what might be preventing the project learning transfer, making teams doomed to only learning from their own lived experiences. The literature led me to this research question, and a natural approach would be to use qualitative interviews with a sample of long experienced project managers who had enough experience to have seen project errors recurring. In the end, I adopted an exploratory sequential design of interviews to arrive at a hypothesis and survey to add the qualitative data. Here are my themed findings. And themes which demonstrate the dominance of seasoned professionals, considerations for the importance of the role the social system plays are evident. Picking out the dominant findings from the survey, we find that stakeholder engagement and relationship building, being responsible for failure, this might be an inference of needing autonomy, and clarity of purpose. The latter 2 points relating directly to the surviving motivational theory. One of the purposes of this research was to illustrate and understand a gap in the literature that can be understood through the study in order to increase the success of projects through learning. This research infers that, in fact, learning is a difficult effort that people avoid as they find it either difficult or they have not learned how to learn. Learning theory predicated this as a transferable learning may not be achieved without concrete experience. However, it appears that one of the major issues of learning transfer is that other factors such as soft skills have not been incorporated into the project learning realm. Several works hint at the importance of soft skills, emphasizing raising the barrier to otherwise readily achieving learning insights, including Bood, Keogh, and Walker, Dallas, Jenner, Syed, Bunk, and Van Ipen. Understanding the human cognitive challenge at a deeper level, Sunderland, and the importance of conceptualizing projects as social systems, Smith and Morris, appears to be what what's needed to happen before the project teams can be expected to transfer learning to future projects. In the meantime, the seasoned project professionals will likely learn individually from their experiences, but struggle to pass on their new learning to the teams. As part of my master's thesis, my dissertation sample groups were very small, giving rise to the potential for type 2 error, or indeed lack of statistical power. Thank you for listening. Any questions?